it for the world. Loud house. What the fuck is so funny? I love cocaine!
Today's Loud House episode was requested by Rachel Santiago. Hey out there, Loud House Critic once again. And today, I'm going to be reviewing one last Luan Loud episode, because this is about the last week of Thursday of April, and I will be going on to doing different episodes of the Loud House that got requested to me. I give you all No Laughing Matter. It is the 39th episode of Season 2 of the Loud House, but it's overall 91 episode. No Laughing Matter. Sounds like something that means something so serious that something should not be joked about. Let's go into why it's no laughing matter anyway. We start this episode off with a laugh.
Hey, Lincoln, want some punch? Sure.
Now that's a good punchline. Get it? Okay, maybe not that good. Luanne is giving out invitations to a junior comedian contest. And is it just me, or am I the only one who thinks that kid in the picture is Charlie Brown? I mean, just look at that. I mean, doesn't that one even come to a shock to anybody?
Buzz!
Oh, I spoke too soon. Now Luanne comes into the bathroom with Lenny and Lori.
Did you guys hear that the lipstick and the eyeliner got into a fight? Don't worry, they'll make up.
By God, I'm not gonna lie. I hate the eye makeup and the lipstick on those two. Kind of makes them look ugly a bit. I'm sorry to say that, to sound rude. They kind of look like puppets that way, if you think about it once you look at them. You know, when I first watched this, I noticed that there's fog steam somewhere in the shower, and I always wondered, who's in the shower? Because when I was looking at Lori and Lenny, I didn't realize in the background that somebody else is in this bathroom too, until Luanne flushes the toilet.
It'll definitely leave you feeling...
I suddenly went, holy shit, Luna was in the shower, and I started to laugh at that. By the way, it's probably my perverted mind, but what do all the fans of Luna Loud think about Luna when she's in the shower in this episode? And you know, the less I think about the Luna Loud fans, what they're thinking about Luna being in the shower in this episode, the better. Luanne meets up with Lisa.
Hey, Lisa, what's 3.14159?
Don't waste my time. That's pi.
Did you say pie?
You know, it's funny enough that I'm hearing two meanings of the word pie, which obviously the pie I know is what we eat as a dessert. And the other pie is mathematics, which is, you know, I'm just going to let someone else explain this for me.
Pi, of course, is the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter, but that number cannot be expressed as a finite decimal.
Okay, that's enough of that. Now Luanne is with Lucy.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ivan.
Ivan who?
Ivan to suck your blood.
Please don't touch Edwin.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to be a pain in the neck.
I love when she's doing so much the joking around with her siblings, because when she does, the better I feel. And then we meet up with Lola Loud, who's playing Imagination with Dora the Explorer, beating the crap out of My Little Pony.
No, please, I'll suck your...
And do I really have to tell who shows up again at this point? And this is the part where everything's going to get a little harsh. What I mean is, all the Loud siblings are getting fed up with Luanne Loud's pranking and joking around with them. And you know, I'm just going to let you guys hear what they had to say about her. Because at this point, I really don't feel like saying these kind of things.
Now I know exactly who I am and what I'm here for.
She's been driving me nuts. It's just obnoxious. I wish you would just stop.
And I will go sailing no more.
You know what I wish for? All these siblings to show some goddamn respect and manners toward others, especially when they're in a grocery store. Oh God, I'll get to that episode eventually this year. The next day, everything starts off the same, but a little different this time. Luanne offers Lincoln some fruit punch, but no wisecracks. Luanne meets up with Lori and Lenny once again in the bathroom and just grabs a hairbrush and go.
That was totally weird, dude. dudes. I know. She didn't even do this.
You kind of deserved it. By the way, it's probably best if I told you all this. Normally when I'm getting ready to take a shower, the water starts off really cold, and it takes a little bit while for the water to actually warm up. And when I flush the toilet, the water gets more heated up. And when I step in, the water is really hot. I almost burn my skin off. Yeah, for a few seconds, and then the water just goes plain normal. Yeah, it hurts like a son of a bitch. Anyway, Luanne goes to Lisa and does nothing about it. Not even one Robin Williams joke. Does the same for Lucy and Lynn, but she wants to borrow $1. And none of them don't even agree to give her one. So she goes to Lola and...
Thanks.
What the actual fuck? And where does she get all that money from? Oh, I think I might know where she's getting the money from. How many out there want to bet that she's actually stealing from her parents? And all the siblings are downstairs in the kitchen feeling so much calm and confident that Luanne hasn't even done anything to them for this whole day, which I kind of wish she would have done. And this is probably the sweetest thing that Lenny has ever said.
Maybe we should see if she's okay.
See, that is a thoughtful thing Lenny would ever say and think, unlike all the others do. And they rather celebrate than go check on Luanne. Next day, Lincoln's picking up trash so much and enters Luanne and Luna's room and sees so much of Luanne's invitations in the trash, getting word that Luanne is quitting comedy for good. And she intends to throw everything out, and I mean everything. Her notebook, her funny glasses, her whoopee cushion, and even her dummy, Mr. Coconuts.
It's okay, Lincoln. You did me a favor. If I'm annoying to my own family, think how annoying I'd be to an audience full of strangers. Mwah.
Wow. You were really proud of that one, weren't you?
You did a great thing. You should feel good about this.
So Lincoln, being much the bearer of the bad news, tell all the rest of the siblings that Luanne is quitting comedy for good, especially when she overheard what they said. But hey, that was your guys' fault to speak out so loud like you guys always do. I'm so happy the parents didn't actually complain about Luanne's jokes. And yet she won't be at the stand-up show that night.
That was a big deal for her. She wrote about it in her diary. Probably.
Wow, you little ignorant, blood-sucking, rotten, Ford-flushing, low-life, wannabe Disney princess. Stalk much? Jeez, you can't wait to terrorize someone else in the house again, can you? Remember when I said that their family should get rid of Lisa? I take that back. And feeling so much regretful as they all feel, they have a plan to try to get Luanne back so she can get onto the stage that Saturday night.
You buttered your bread, now sleep in it.
You guys were the ones who made a big deal on Luanne, so why bother getting her back? Lola tries to convince Luanne by doing a banana peel joke.
Uh-oh! I dropped my banana peel! I wouldn't want anyone to slip on it.
Maybe then pick it up.
Or maybe Lola should just trip on it and break her own face again like she did before.
My pageant career is over! Oh, my teeth!
Next, Lincoln tries to convince Luanne with 6 cream pies that he actually made. But
I don't know. You could eat 2, I guess, and then give the rest to charity.
Luna, on the other hand, tries to make Luanne crack a joke so that she could work on her rim shot, but no dice. Now with Lori and Lenny...
Gee, Lenny, it sure is wet outside.
How wet is it?
I don't know. Luanne, how wet is it?
You know, these two could actually beat the Olsen twins at that kind of joke.
Hey, did you see that sky today? Talk about blue.
Well, so much for that plan on that day. Lincoln and the sisters devise another plan to get Luanne's attention back into comedy by skipping the jokes and go straight to the laughs. But I don't know what he means by that.
All homers and no pitches.
Kinda makes sense to me. So, for the next attempt, Luanne's trying to be herself for once until everybody's doing... Y'all need to stop spinning. You're not fucking camels.
Watch out, they spit.
We can't give up.
Can't give up. Too funny. You guys, this is so much fun.
You're not from around here, are you?
Lenny, you are so special. You know that? So much for that kind of plan that day. Lincoln somehow got a better idea, but somehow Lisa already beat him to it. What the hell is that thing?
I've calibrated my time machine to send us back 2 minutes before Luanne overheard us criticizing her. Small disclaimer, The journey may result in our butts being in front.
Okay, fuck that. We're going with Lincoln's plan. His plan this time is if they can't convince Luanne that she's funny, but what if an audience can? So they all just gotta make sure that Luanne is actually there that night and everything's gonna be up to Lincoln. Does that idea kind of sound familiar from another show? So the siblings have Luanne at the place that she needs to be at for her stand-up comedy night. Just because she's not funny doesn't mean she can enjoy somebody else's comedy. By the way, does anyone even know where the parents were? And that the fact is that they never appeared in this episode after all. I wish I could hear what they had to say about Luanne Loud. And I think for one reason, they wouldn't say any of that horrible stuff about Luanne Loud at all, unlike what the sisters and Lincoln said about her. The parents love their kids, especially Luanne. I think that might have been a good reason to leave them out of this episode because of this. So Lincoln is actually being up on stage while he's cocking up every single joke up there. On purpose.
Why did the students eat their homework? Because their teacher said it would be a piece of pie.
Seriously, I can't understand this kid anymore. So Luanne goes up and actually finishes the routine.
No. The punchline is piece of cake.
The audience started laughing and they appreciate what Luanne Loud is doing.
But don't worry, things are about to get better.
And so are the sisters and Lincoln. So much better in the Loud house. By the way, the next morning, Lincoln and the sisters congratulate Luanne for being the winner of the junior comedian contest. I knew she would win, but it was all thanks to Lincoln and the girls. Lincoln was intentionally to mess up just to get Luanne on stage once more again. And just as soon as we could just finish this episode off with just one more laugh at this, Luanne accidentally trips Lana over, and then...
Go ahead. You can say it. Your breakfast is toast, and that's no yoking matter. If you scramble, you can make another.
Wow, it's really good to have Luanne back this way. I don't think anyone else can replace her.
Hey, why are you heading for the exit? I'm begging you to come back.
You crack me up. Whew. Feel like I'm 13 again. What an actual fun episode to watch of No Laughing Matter. I'm going to give the episode No Laughing Matter an 8 out of 10 stars. This is one of my favorite Luanne Loud episodes from that season. And to be honest, the episode was kind of half cliched, as you kind of already know what's going to happen. If you're familiar with an episode of Full House, when Jesse was trying to get Joey back at doing stand-up comedy once more. And there also was another episode from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Will was trying to do the same for Keith. The Loud family did a whole different way with this episode. Got Luanne's feelings hurt, and then they all regret it, and they try to get her talent back. And Luanne is back to the way she was before. And they just enjoy her that way. Much all of us enjoy Luanne that way. You just can't have humor with one person who can just do all the humor for us. I mean, Luna's the rock star, Lynn is the jock, Lucy's the goth, Lola is this bratty little princess wannabe, and you kind of get the rest. People, no matter what side of the fence you're on, whether the grass is greener on the other side of that fence, you always have a choice to pick which side you want. And with this episode, you'd probably be on Luanne Loud's side of the fence. Because you actually show some feelings for Luanne. She's not just a silly, goofy comedian girl. This episode shows that she has feelings as well, like all the others do. And it shows she's human. She's not this crazy psycho that we see when it's an April Fool's Day for her. Episodes that are just like this are gonna make you feel some sympathy for that character, whether it's Luanne, Lenny, Lori, or anyone else. When I saw this episode, I was always on Luanne Loud's side. From the first act to the third act. Luanne Loud is one of my favorite characters, right next to Lucy and Lenny. And speaking of Lenny, I gotta do that episode Crime Fashion some other time before this year ends. By the way, it's probably my best to tell you that next month, I got a few episodes that got requested for me to look over and review. But next April, I'm going to be back with a few more Luanne Loud episodes. Till then, I am the Loud House Critic, and let's all have a big laugh. Remember, laughter is the medicine that cures sadness, that just brings a smile to your face.
Oh, good God!
Ah, god damn this fucker. I'm gonna fart this motherfucker.
No funny.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting Beakley.
They're lucky I don't sue for copyright infringement.
When I was a young what?
Good night, everybody.